Hello and welcome back to another video, and today we have the most broken Pendulum deck profile for the May 2020 Master 5 format. So Pendulum has recently gotten a huge boost in the form of Celine, the new Link monster from Dual Overload, and also I feel like it's a very powerful deck, and it has a lot of resources and so many draw cards, so you can't really break with the deck, and you can end on so many negates that it will also be basically like playing Mystic Mind because your opponent won't be able to play. I think that this deck is very powerful and definitely is a force to be considered to be seen or to play during this format, especially with cards like Mighty Master and Jackal, which offer you negates. And now you also have a new way to play around Dark Ruler no more, which is one of the main problems with the deck before, that your opponent can Dark Ruler no more and you can't stop anything after that because all of your negates are monsters. But now you have access to a non-monster negate, so that is really, really good. So before we get into the video, remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get right into it. So first off, we have 3 Spellbook Magician of Prophecies. So this card is absolutely nuts. What it does is that when it's normal or flip face up, you can add a spellbook card, spellbook spell from your deck to your hand. So it can search your spellbook of knowledge or your spellbook of secrets, which basically it's a free draw too, and that's the only point of it. For our next normal summon, we have 2 Royal Magical Library. So this card is better than Pot of Greed, honestly, in this deck. I mean, Pot of Greed would be insane, obviously, but like Royal Magical Library allows you to draw so many extra cards just because you have so many spells that you're going to be activating in the deck. And since Pendulum cards count as spells, then you're getting 2 counters each time you activate stuff in the skill, basically, because 1 in each skill. So you're definitely going to be drawing so much off of this card that I just think that it's a really good normal summon. So that's a good 2 of in the deck. And for the final normal summon, we have 3 Magical Abductor. So this is also the best normal summon in the deck, along with Royal Magical Library. Abductor basically searches your souls because it searches a level 1, and that's what you need it for. And then you can also place it in the Pendulum Zone, and it also has a pretty cool effect there where you can add a Pendulum monster from your deck from your hand by removing 3 counters. And so you're running 3 of those, but you guys can choose to normal summon it or activate it. It depends on the hand, but either is very good, so don't dismiss that when you're playing the deck. Next up for the Endymions, we have 1 Servant. Sadly, this card is at 1. It's definitely one of the best Endymions. It allows you to special summon your Mighty Master, your Jackal from the deck, all those amazing cards. You have 1 Reflection because it's you can send it off of souls, so you don't really need more than 1. And it's a really good card. It's a negate, so that's really, really cool. Or not a negate, but like, you know, it's an interruption. So definitely an amazing card to have. And we also have 1 Magister of Endymion. This card's really overrated. You don't need more than 1 in the deck. Yeah. Next up, we have 3 Chronograph Sorcerer. This card's amazing for extending. And then for like, you don't actually like ever activate the Time Gazer Magician. You always summon it because it's really stupid to activate it. Just keep that in mind. And then it also has the Monster Effect, which is also an extender. So keep that in mind as well. It's definitely a very, very good card. And no matter which Pendulum list you're playing, you definitely should be running Chronograph Sorcerer. We have the 1 Time Gazer Magician to go along with it. And then we have 1 Mythical Beast Master Cerberus. Master Cerberus is a good card. It searches for you, so that's really good. It's amazing with Mythical Institution, but you have to see both of them for it. So I don't like Mythical Institution, and I also think that it's like not a good card in general, other than when you have Cerberus. So that's why I'm not running that, and only 1 Master Cerberus. Next up, we have 2 Mythical Beast Jackal King. So Jackal basically special summons your Cerberus from the extra deck by popping itself in the Spawn Trap Zone, or Spawn Trap Zone, the Pendulum Zone. And then it's also a monster negate by removing 2 spell and trap 2 spell counters from it, and it also destroys. So this is definitely a very, very good card, one of the best cards in the deck. We also have 3 Endymion, the Mighty Master of Magic. So this is like the boss monster of the deck, I guess you could say. You're usually gonna end on at least 2 of him, and it's not a hard one per turn. So it's really cool, and it just it's a spell and trap negate, and it cannot be disturbed by card effects and all that stuff. So the only way to get rid of it is really by battle. and I definitely think it's an amazing, amazing card, and one of the best cards in the deck, and 100% a 3 of. If you're running like 2 of this or 1 of this, then that's not smart. Always run 3 Endymion. Endymion is amazing. Next up, we have three Magician Souls. So as you can see, Magician Souls is very good, as technically we are running 6 because we're running 3 Magical Abductor and 3 Souls. And then basically, Souls can also send your Reflection and your Mighty Master and all of those cards for Celine to bring back the new Duov Link monster. And then Souls is just an amazing card in general, as it also lets you draw more cards, which is very good. Like if you already like use your knowledge, right? You activate the knowledge and sent whatever, and then you have just a dead secrets in your hand, then you can get rid of that with Souls and draw a card. And then just Souls is such an amazing extender. Also, it's a level 1, so it gives you access to Relinquished Anima, also a new Link monster. So definitely a good card in the deck. At least run 2 of this if you can, but definitely I think it's so good at 3. Next up, we have 1 Spellbook of Secrets. I was running this at 2, but I decided to cut it down to 1 so I can have more space and keep the deck at 40. So yeah, 1 Secrets, it searches, and 1 Knowledge because it's a draw 2. And all of these cards, like, they're spell counters because they're all spells, right? So already that's a draw 2 over here. We have 3 Spell Power Mastery. Spell Power Mastery will search your Servant, your Reflection, your Magister, your Endymion, and all those amazing cards. And then it also can give you an extra spell counter, which does come in handy. And then we have 3 Pot of Desires along with 2 Allure of Darkness, very standard draw cards. You're running a bunch of dark monsters like Chronograph, Time Gazer, Jackal, Endymion, and Souls. And at the same time, you're also like, there is no specific card in the deck that you need to play. So Pot of Desires is also amazing because you don't have to worry about what you banished. So definitely good cards to be running. And as you guys can see, all of these that give counters to Royal Magical Library, they're all draw cards. So technically, by the time you're resolving Royal Magical Library after the 3 counters, you already drew like 6 cards. So that's just a 7th card on top of that. So Royal Magical Library is amazing in that sense too. We have 1 Upstart Goblin. Upstart Goblin is very self-explanatory. It's a spell counter, and it's a free draw once you're playing a 39 card deck. And makes that a 38 card deck because Into the Void is a card as well. And it's the same thing as Upstart. It's a counter and a draw 1. So it's amazing. 38 cards in the deck. 1 Instant Fusion. Once again, it's a counter, and it gives you access to Millennium Eyes, which you can actually summon back in your opponent's turn off of Celine, which is very, very good. Next up, we are running this tech that I saw Chirf use, actually, along with Magician's Right Hand. So we're running 2 Magician's Restage and 1 Magician's Right Hand. Magician's Restage basically allows you to special summon 1 level 3 or lower spellcaster monster from your graveyard. And then it also, if it's sent to the graveyard, you can add 1 Magician Continuous Spell card from your deck to your hand. And guess what's a Magician's Continuous Spell card? That is Magician's Right Hand. Magician's Right Hand basically negates the effect of your opponent's first spell card or effect that resolves. So basically, it negates Dark Ruler no more. And that's insane, because with this deck, all of the cards, like, they can't stop Dark Ruler no more, because your monsters, that's what give you the negates, your monsters. And then, now that you have, like, a spell negate, even though like Endymion is a spell negate, but you can't respond with monsters, now you have a spell negate with Magician's Right Hand, so you can stop Dark Ruler. So it really makes the deck so much better. So it's definitely an amazing card to be running. Onto the extra deck, we have 3 Celine, Queen of the Master Magicians. Very good card. Basically, it gains spell counters on summon equal to the amount of spells you have in grave and on field. So it's absolutely insane. You're usually going to be getting 11 to 13 counters on it. And then basically, you can remove 3 spell counters from it and special summon 1 spellcaster monster from your graveyard to a zone that points you. So you can special summon back your Endymion, your Jackal, your Reflection, your Restrict, because you're sending all those off of Souls, and Restrict is a fusion, so it will go to grave. So Celine is definitely an insane card, especially since you can go into an extra Celine with Masquerena during your opponent's turn and summon back another card, since Celine is not a hard once per turn. You have 1 Crowley because it searches for you or your spellbook stuff. 1 Daybreaker just because it's a cool card to have in the extra deck. It comes up. Cross Shape is definitely amazing because you do have fusions, so it is a free extender. Add Key Masquerena to go into Celine in your opponent's turn, also for Unicorn, Phoenix, and Appaloosa, but usually you may be making Appaloosa in your turn, it really depends. Appaloosa, Bow of the Goddess, obviously an amazing card. It will give you 4 negates, and Yeah, 4 negates. It's awesome. We also have 1 Nightmare Phoenix. Phoenix to pop your opponent's problematic spells and traps, which you probably won't even be having a problem with because of Endymion. 1 Nightmare Unicorn, along with 1 Boral Sword Dragon for the quick OTKs. 1 Relinquished Anima, which is a free Thousand-Eyes Restrict. Very, very good card, came out in Duov. Onto the fusions, we have 1 Millennium Eyes Restrict for the instant fusion. Stops hand traps, very good. 1 Vortex for another negate, very, very nice card. And good to be running, especially since you are running the Odd as Absolute, which actually, if you want, you can pass on the Absolute because it does have some effects in battle, which are very good. And for the side deck, we do have 3 Sphere Mode, 1 Pinkertops, 1 Mind Control, 3 Dark Ruler no more, 3 System Down because Orchis is good again, 3 Evenly Matched, and 1 Red Reboot. And that is it for the deck profile, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys have enjoyed my Endymion Pendulum, the most broken list of this deck in May 2020. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notifications bell, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.